4-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Ed Oliver breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a throw left sideline here.
There we go, Robert Woods. All reliable. All reliable.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
First target, first catch, and a first down. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to leave this.
Block for me, block for me.
It's complete. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along
Man, they cannot
really,
stop
we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Please tell me there's no holding.
This is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back.
That's okay. Just make it a little harder for me. That's
We'll
fine.
see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Rams on 3rd down.
Man, I hope he's okay.
They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams just continue to pour it on. And certainly...
All right, I'm going to sim the rest of this game because we're going to win. No point. Just a complete blowout.
It's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points.
What do you expect? Jared Goff
moving the ball and things are working
and all these
clicking.
offensive weapons against Josh Allen
and as an offensive coordinator, you just don't
Jordan
think you can
Howard.
do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
And Cole
That's
Beasley.
being in the
Like,
zone.
really?
So for L.A., they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the
Okay, Rob Havenstein. Great. What did his stats look like? Oh, dang. All right, let's go to the next week. Playing the Seahawks. In their building. Jared Goff, weekly award. Nice. Brandon Cooks is about to level up again? Jeez. All right, Russell Wilson. Let's try to slow him down. Hold them to 250 passing yards. I'm pretty sure we can do that. I could really use a developmental backup quarterback. Let's see. See if we can find any decent ones. Nope. Horrible. All horrible. Undrafted, all of them. Now this dude looks pretty good. I'll have to look at him for sure. All right, let's do it, I guess. Let's play these Seahawks. Get another win under our belt.
It's girly power. It's a coach. You're set for Madden football on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with
Who's that psycho?
Quarterbacks.
Is that Russell Wilson?
The best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think
It was. This guy hitting himself in the head.
Without a top-flight quarterback.
And now he's
the way the game
shaking
is
himself
played,
on the bench.
With all the
The hell?
responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Okay. Keep an eye out for Bobby Wagner at all times.
On first down, gone. Out left, he's got it to Everett. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now gone. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And
Shouldn't have
they're able
blitzed.
to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running.
Whoa.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to defend
I'll
the
accept
out
that.
route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 25 yards that time.
Well, I mean, to jump on your partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield. I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a
There we
bit.
go.
It seems like they had
Pound
something
him.
targeted there.
Just
doesn't it?
pound
It's
the
like,
defense.
Okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Goff now to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods.
I'm glad he's healthy because he got hurt last game.
And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the
go, Russell.
Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Is he hurt?
Let's meet the offense. Greg Robinson. Very, very talented.
What a man to set your offensive line with. Greg Robinson can do it all. Tremendous athleticism, great strength, just coming into his own.
Wow, that is the worst analysis I've heard.
Pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson throwing again. That's complete to DK Metcalf. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
He is not just coming into his own. He's on his 4th team already.
Pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson, and he finds Tyler Croft. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because
nice tackle.
Most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Lady. Here we go. Hey, I'm coming.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be
nice pass.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help, because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys gonna come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it. You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week: 24 carries, 65 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So that'll back him up 5. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. From the shotgun, Wilson, and that is incomplete.
Pressure.
Not only
pressure
was the
on
call
him.
spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the year.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Let's go.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football.
Pretty much.
You know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
They go play action here on 1st down. Out to the flat. That's
Dude.
to his running back. It's a game
That is
of 5,
such a penalty.
and that'll make it
That is
2nd down.
crazy.
I know most of
I
the
can't
time
believe they
when
didn't
the
flag
ball's
him
in
for
the
that.
air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete.
Just
And
takes
they'll
a
bring
head
it up
stick
here to
shot on
right
our
at the
superstar when he's out of
40-yard line.
bounds. Like, really?
That one a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I will say Bobby Wagner's
Nice
probably
run
the
here
most
early
OP
on.
player
They
I've
took a
encountered
great
so
play
far.
call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
22 jet bomber. DC.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
There we go.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's do play action. Let's try to go deep.
Now. It's 1st and
See if we can
10,
hit a shot.
right at the 40. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. He's going to fight. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
I got greedy on that one. Tried to fit it in there.
Drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson.
Interference. Defense.
They're going to give us a 50-yard pass interference. Oh, my God.
So cancel the
Wow.
interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets
That's
canceled?
insane.
The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
That is insane.
On first
Seems like every
down,
time I play the
Wilson. Over the middle,
every time I play the Seahawks, there's some kind of mess that
And
happens.
they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
50-yard pass interference.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On second down.
Wow.
It's Carson, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 6th touchdown of the...
Okay. No more getting greedy.
180. Check 56. Keep it up, defense. Cal, you won. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Hey.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Wood. He's got a man. Complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is incomplete.
Dang.
Showed off the
You had him.
arm
He
strength
had
there,
him,
to
but,
no avail. Second down.
the other guy
He was
came and
looking to
helped.
go back to Cooks
He
one
definitely
more
had him.
time, but it's going to be second down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing again is Goff. And that will be incomplete.
Got stuck on him.
Touch and time here critical for those two.
All right, defense.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Hey, let's get this.
They start the drive with Ware. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Get ready.
And that's the big
That does not look like Chris Carson.
Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Got him.
He's got him. They bring him down. Samson Abuka able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Way to tackle. Way to tackle.
But then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
Baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go.
The Rams
All right,
offense
let's get back to our bread and butter here.
To take over. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Gurley again here on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new
Todd's in the
set
zone.
of downs. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now. That's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 2, and it... Now Wilson on first down. And the grab by Croft. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that
wide
leverage
open.
and losing the battle, just jump over the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there. Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Still 3rd down.
This 3rd down just got even more difficult. 3rd down and 15 after the false start. Here's Carson. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeout.
All right, we got to put points on the board. We have to.
180. Check 56. Hold on. Check. Rush in.
A shotgun snap for gone. Throw left side to Reynolds. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Looking to throw again on second down. Goff, throw right side is into the hands
He caught
of his
it.
tight end Everett. Now the
That dude
Rams will
caught
signal
that
for
ball.
a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Goff now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Have to be very, very careful.
We go, Salah. 180. 56. Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
To throw on second down is gone. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
All right, I'm going to let Zerline hit this one. Okay, we're ahead by 1 point.
Mike 59.